Hello Rim-Pros folks, today is Pi Day 3.14 2022. Great day to plant asparagus. This is our asparagus bed. I was looking, I don't see any coming up quite yet, but there will be soon. Nice sort of south sloping place. It's one of the warmest spots that gets the most sun. Asparagus is the princess of the gardening world. It takes the best spot you got and they last about 50 years. So plant them where the trees won't ever encompass the area. Dig some digging. Here's a bunch of worms. I got a worm in every shovelful. See how they're moving a little slowly? That means they're still a little bit cold and they're a little bit ticked off that I uncovered them. But all you need to do is just have an area like this. This is a bundle of 10 crowns, C-R-O-W-N-S, crowns. But you take a crown that looks like an asparagus. These are 2-year-old roots. And you literally just sort of spread them apart. And you keep this center part about an inch or two below the surface. Look at all these worms. And it will come up a little bit later. And then eventually we might bury it a little bit more with some compost. It's not nearly as complicated as people used to say. You had to do all this crazy digging and whatnot. And of course this is good soil and it's already been prepared as an asparagus bed. I'm filling in a spot where we were missing one or two. But all out in here, probably this week, they'll start popping up. And they're so good, you hardly ever make it into the kitchen without eating them first. We're also gonna plant one over here in a raised bed just to show you the difference in the soil and the conditions. Asparagus do real well in raised beds. Of course, you need to fertilize them with some plant tone. Again, you just sort of bury them at this distance. Sometimes if you have smaller crowns, you take 2 of them and just put them together. They'll grow up together. And just bury them in the soil and keep that center crown 2 or 3 inches below. It's important to try to keep the weeds out of it as best you can. We weed eated the whole plot over there just to give us a head start before they came up. And about every couple of years, add some magnesium sulfate and you'll have good old asparagus for years to come. We'll see you next week. Look, she fell over. She rolled backwards down the hill.